When I was 16, I went to Sussex and worked on a farm looking after horses. So I've always been crazy about horses. And then I've had 1 or 2 jobs in horse racing. I ran a racing club for the 5 racecourses in the north a few years ago. I ran a business leasing racehorses for the day. My parents were into horse racing. I was taken to the Northumberland Plate on my first birthday and parked next to the paddock in my pushchair. And I've spent most of my life standing at the parade round looking at horses anyway, and I've developed a really good eye for them. And I feel as if I've got a very natural connection with them and can, really spot the good ones from the bad ones. Well, right now I work as a paddock judge, and that is looking at the horses before the run and reporting on what they look like and which ones look good and which ones look negative in the way of coat, fitness levels, how athletic they are, and I'm very much into their attitude as well. The horses have meant you've got to be up for running on the day.
It's 9:30 on a Wednesday morning. Young show jumper Andrew Wynne is putting his horse Charlie through his paces, leading up to a show jumping event in Kelso in the Scottish borders. Charlie's performing well, but Andrew thinks a final dental check is in order for Charlie to perform at his best at the forthcoming annual event in 3 days' time. Within an hour, Emma arrives at Stannington, Northumberland. Although the procedure seems invasive, Charlie takes it all in his stride. But what made Emma choose this career path?
I got an interest for equine dentistry when I was riding out all these different horses, the race horses and the show jumping horses, and I realised the effect that dentition could have on their health, welfare and their performance. So I got the interest from it, and I was finishing off my A-levels and looking to see what I wanted to do, and I saw the Equine Dental Science degree course down at Hartby College. So I thought that seemed the natural progression for me to enrol on that. So I spent 3 years down there, and through my studies my fascination just grew and grew, and I knew that I wanted to promote a greater understanding for the need of equine dentistry and continuing my education in the area after graduating.
I'm very much into positive thinking. I set myself little goals all of the time, and one of my lifelong goals has been to meet Henry Cecil. My boss rang me up and says, Dee, one of our team has left and there's a vacancy going for somebody to cover Newmarket. Would you be interested? Well, that was the cream of the crop, and I said absolutely. So I went down to cover Newmarket and did that for 3 years. And as I was going down there, I thought, whoa, I'm going to be in the same town as Henry Cecil, so there's my goal written. I'm standing at the getting served with coffee, and I felt this tray touch mine, and I looked, and Henry Cecil standing next to me. But I was so starstruck I couldn't speak, so I went, and let that opportunity go. And this particular morning, I was just waiting to hear if Yarmouth had the go-ahead. And I'm sitting there in the car on my own, and this car pulls up next to me, and I looked and it's Henry Cecil, and I thought, oh heavens, here's my opportunity. And I thought, I've got an ideal chance to speak to him now, and I can say, have you heard of Yarmouth on? So I'm revving myself to do that when his car pulled away, and I thought, oh, I was too slow again. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, in a racing newspaper, on the Saturday was this competition. Win a prize to meet Henry Cecil. On the day, I was out having coffee with a friend, and I said to her, I won't be turning my phone off, which I normally do in company. I said, I have to leave my phone on because they're going to ring and tell me I've won the competition. Long story short, the phone rings, I'd won the competition. And the man said it was the biggest response that had to any competition. I started to think, goodness me, I'm going to meet Frankel. And every time the chap running the competition would write to me and say, sorry about the delay and all of this, I'd just write back and say, no problem, as long as I get my photograph with Frankel. And that was my big thing. That was my new goal. I wanted to meet Henry, but I so wanted to photograph with Frankel. So I went to the yard and I was so excited, huge butterflies, looking forward to meeting Henry Cecil and Frankel. And when I got there, the girl came out and said, I'm really sorry, Henry's got tied up. He's going to be another 10 minutes. He wants to watch a race where he's got to run at Yarmouth. Can you just have a walk around? And I knew the lad that looked after Frankel, and there he is walking in with this horse, and it was Frankel just walking through the gate next to me. And I said, oh, is that Frankel? And he said, yes. And I followed him to the box. And I said, oh, can I have my photograph with Frankel? Well, the lad was like, oh, don't know about that. Long story short, I don't know how it happened, but I have ended up in the stable holding Frankel and got my photograph taken with him. And it's in pride of place, above my fireplace, it's on my phone. It's like absolutely amazing that I've got this photograph of Frankel. So.